Before we go any further, if you care about real soil, real harvests, and real long-term garden success, make sure you subscribe to Evergreen Garden and leave a comment below about what you're growing this season, because this channel is built for gardeners who want their soil improving every single year, not degrading. Now let's get straight to the method that once built the most fertile soils on Earth and somehow got pushed aside. For thousands of years, farmers didn't buy soil fertility, they created it. The most productive soils ever farmed were not fed with bottled nutrients, synthetic fertilizers, or quick fixes. They were built by one simple, repeatable process that turns waste into wealth and increases fertility the more you use it. That method is continuous organic matter cycling through composting and surface soil feeding, and it works because soil is not dirt, it is a living system. This method creates infinite fertility because it feeds biology, not plants directly. When you return organic matter to the soil consistently, microbes break it down, fungi transport nutrients, earthworms aerate the ground, and plant roots exchange sugars for minerals. Every cycle increases soil structure, nutrient availability, and water retention. Nothing gets depleted because nutrients are constantly reused. This is how forests stay fertile for centuries without outside inputs, and honestly, this is exactly what traditional farming systems copied before modern agriculture disrupted the cycle. So, why did we stop using it? The short answer is, well, speed and convenience. Synthetic fertilizers deliver immediate results, but they bypass soil life. When nutrients are spoon-fed directly to plants, microbes starve, organic matter declines, and soil becomes compacted and lifeless. Over time, yields drop unless more fertilizer is added. This created dependency instead of regeneration. The old method was slower but, permanent. Modern methods are fast but fragile. The foundation of infinite fertility starts with compost, but not the weak, half-rotted stuff many gardeners settle for. Proper compost needs balance. A reliable ratio is roughly 3 parts carbon to 1 part nitrogen by volume. Carbon sources include dry leaves, shredded cardboard, straw, and wood chips. Nitrogen sources include fresh grass clippings, kitchen scraps, manure, and green weeds. When layered or mixed correctly and kept moist like a wrung-out sponge, compost heats, breaks down fully, and becomes biologically active humus. Once compost is ready, the real power comes from how you apply it. Instead of digging it in deeply, spread it on the soil surface. A layer of 2 to 5 centimeters once or twice per year is enough. Soil organisms pull nutrients downward naturally. This protects soil structure, prevents erosion, and, well, it really mimics how organic matter falls and decomposes in nature. Over time, this builds deep, dark topsoil without disturbing roots or fungal networks. Mulching completes the cycle and keeps fertility multiplying. A continuous mulch layer of 5 to 10 centimeters using straw, chopped leaves, grass clippings, or wood chips feeds soil slowly while protecting moisture. In vegetable beds, lighter mulches break down faster and can be replenished every few months. In perennial areas and orchards, thicker woody mulches decompose over years, creating long-term fertility reservoirs. As mulch breaks down, it becomes compost in place, eliminating the need to constantly haul materials. So, let's look at a practical example, shall we? Imagine a raised vegetable bed measuring about 1 by 3 meters. Each season, you'll want to apply roughly 1 wheelbarrow of finished compost, spreading it evenly across the surface. After that, just add a 5-centimeter mulch layer on top, give it a good watering, and then you can plant directly into the bed. Over a few seasons, you'll notice the soil becomes darker, looser, and it holds water for much longer. Plants tend to grow stronger, and you'll likely see fewer pests because balanced nutrition really helps build up their natural resistance. Now, another example is when you have depleted garden soil that just struggles to grow anything, honestly. Instead of tilling and fertilizing, you can simply lay down cardboard directly over the weeds, making sure to overlap the seams and soak it thoroughly. Then add about 10 to 15 centimeters of mixed organic material, such as compost, manure, and chopped plant matter. Finally, just top it all with mulch. In 3 to 6 months, worms will have integrated, everything weeds will be gone, and soil life will be active again. This sheet composting method honestly rebuilds soil faster than any chemical approach ever could. What makes this method infinite is that it actually improves itself. Every season of organic inputs increases microbial populations. More microbes mean better nutrient cycling, and better cycling means healthier plants. Healthier plants in turn produce more biomass, which, becomes more organic matter. Nothing is wasted. Even crop residues stay in the system. Cut plants at soil level and leave roots to decompose underground, feeding fungi and improving soil structure. This system also scales, It works in containers, raised beds, market gardens, and orchards. The real reason this method faded wasn't because it failed. It faded because it didn't make anyone rich selling inputs. It relies on observation, patience, and respect for soil biology. But gardeners who return to it discover something powerful. Their soil improves every year instead of wearing out. Their harvests become more reliable. Their gardens become resilient. If you want your soil to feed itself, start feeding your soil instead of your plants. Compost consistently. Mulch continuously. Disturb the soil as little as possible. Let biology do the work. This is how fertility becomes infinite. If this kind of grounded, practical gardening knowledge matters to you, subscribe to Evergreen Garden right now. Share this video with a fellow gardener who's tired of depleted soil, and drop a comment telling us how you're building fertility in your own garden.